Hey, how are you all? Hope you would have heard the previous avatar. That's the fourth avatar, the Narasimha avatar. Now we are going to listen to the fifth avatar, which is Vamana avatar. This Vamana avatar also happened in the same family of Prahalad. So we all know that Narasimha gave Prahalada the kingdom of his father and he made Prahalada the king. After that, the Prahalada ruled the country, his place so well. Then, this Prahalada, he had a son called Virochana. But this Virochana was like his grandfather. Who was his grandfather? Hiranyakashipu. So that indicates that Virochana was so bad, right? So he was killed while he was fighting during a war with the Devas. This Virochana, he had a son called Bali. Bali was a very nice person. He was taken care by the grandfather Prahalada, and also we call him as Mahabali Chakravarti. So that good person. But say every person, no, they have one small negative in them. This man, this Bali, was so greedy. He was so greedy for wealth. He wanted to accumulate lots and lots of wealth. That was the biggest problem with him. So what happened? This Bali, he came to know that this Devaloka, Amaravati, possessed the Karpaha tree, Kamadhenu cow and all. So we know that all these things were from the ocean. When the ocean was, when the Devas were churning the ocean for the Amritam nectar. And all these things went to Amravati, that is Devendra's kingdom. So this man, he wanted to possess that also. But Devendra, naturally, he would refuse to give. Then what happened? Bali got so much of angry and he went to fight with Devas. But this time what happened previously, these Devas used to be so weak. But now, after taking that nectar, they became so strong and also immortal. So during this fierce battle, Bali fell down and he became unconscious. Oh my God, what will happen then? So, this Bali, these Asuras, they had a guru called Chukracharya. This Chukracharya, he had a medicine called Sanjeevani. With the help of the Sanjeevani, Bali regained his consciousness. But what happened, after regaining, he lost all his wealth to Indra. Why? Because he lost in the battle. He became just nothing. But he became too greedy. He wanted everything including his wealth. So he went to get the advice of Sukrasarya. Then Sukrasarya gave him the idea of performing a yajna called Vishwajit. After completing the yajna, again Bali went to battle against Indra. This time Bali won the battle and Indra fled from the battlefield. Now again Bali got all his property, Indra's property and everything. So what happened, he went again to the Guru Sukracharya and asked him how to maintain his victorious position. Then Sukracharya told him, if you keep on perform yajnas, you can live a fearless and a powerful life. So this man, he liked that idea so much. He started doing a lot of yajna, one after the other, all the time to get more and more wealth. Meanwhile, Indra's mother, Aditi, she saw her son Indra suffering. So she went to the husband, Kashyap Rishi, and complained. But Kashyap said, let Indra face his fate. But mother, right? Aditi was the mother of Indra. So she wanted some solution for it. Then Kashyap Rishi, he suggested to perform Bayovrida for 7 days. This Aditi, she did that Vrida so sincerely that Lord Vishnu himself appeared before her. And Vishnu asked her, Deva Mata Atiti, what do you want? Then Atiti explained about Indra, and she said, I want a son like you to help Indra always. But it was impossible to find a person equal to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu decided to born to Atiti. Son Atiti. Soon Atiti gave birth to a child. But she asked, right? She asked a son like Vishnu. So this time what happened? Vishnu born with 4 hands, Sangha, Chakram and everything. Oh my God, a child born like that. Same thing happened when Krishna was born also to Devaki. So now Atiti got afraid. She said, no, you cannot be like this. You please become small. As she said small, Lord Vishnu became too small like a dwarf. The name was Vamana. That is what the avatara. So Vamana grew up. When he became 5, the parents wanted to put Yajñopavitam, that Poonal ceremony, the sacred thread ceremony. Usually that happens only at the age of 7. But if the child talks really well, then they perform at the age of 5 itself. So for, Vamana would have spoken very well, right? So at the age of 5 itself, the sacred thread ceremony was performed. So he was so small. So what happened? He had to get everything that is needed for a brahmachari. So what happened? Brihaspati, that is Lord Guru, gave him the sacred thread. Kashyap, his father, gave him a small stick made of sacred grass. We call that as darpai in Tamil. Then Mother Earth gave him the deer skin. The sun god gave him a stick. Then Varuda, Jahvi, gave umbrella. Then Brahma gave Kamandala, that is a small water pot with a handle and a spout. Goddess Saraswati gave Akshamala. Gubendran gave Bhiksha vessel, that is the vessel to take alms. It is a practice. After wearing the sacred thread, the boy must take alms from mother first, asking Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Those days when students go to Gurukul, they never used to have any cash or a kind. They always take Bhiksha. This is not begging. This is the duty of the family people to give these students Bhiksha so that they could give it to the Guru and learn from him. Because neither Guru nor the student would go and earn money. It is all the other family people to patronize them so that the culture and our duty is performed well by the Brahmins. So here the first arm was given by Goddess Parvati. Then what happened? Exactly after the function, this boy directly went to the place where Bali was performing Yajna. Bali was doing Yajna with the help of Brahmins, and he was always very much pleased with them. He never had any enmity with Brahmins or any other person except Devatas. So he used to donate the Brahmins anything they asked. Now our Vamana, he reached the place and said, I have come here. Bali was wondering where from this voice came. He was looking at everywhere, but he couldn't find out. That's it. I am here. Then he could recognize the voice somewhere down. He looked down and he saw that so beautiful small boy, a Brahmin boy, was standing there. He was so happy seeing him, So he asked, what do you want, kid? Then the boy said, I came here hearing you that you are giving whatever is asked. Bali replied, yes, please tell me what you want. But you know what, Sukracharya? He recognized Lord Vishnu. So he alerted Bali not to give anything. Bali was so proud. Lord Vishnu himself came to take from me. So he did not obey his master. Here, these two people did sin. You know why? Sukracharya tried to stop giving donation or dhanam to a person. That is called as a sin. Then Bali did not obey his master. Again, that was a sin. See, small matter, but the sin. Now what happened? Bali was asking Vamana, whatever you want, please ask me. Now Vamana replied, I want the land that my 3 steps cover. Oh, all the people who were there, they were surprised to hear the requirement of the boy. Bali was also very much surprised, but anyway, he said, okay, I'll give you whatever you want. Usually, people used to pour water to the person who takes the gift or dhanam, saying a mantra. So, Bali asked his wife Vidyavati to bring water jug or that kamandalam. Now, it is the turn of Shukracharya. He somehow wanted to save his student and also his safety. So he took the form of a bug and blocked the water from flowing out from the jug spout. So the water did not flow. What to do? Do you remember the Kashyap? He gave a grass straw. So Vamana, he took the grass straw and poked it inside the jug spout. Who was inside? It was Shukracharya. So what happened? The straw directly went inside the eye of the bug, that is Shukracharya's eye. He lost one eye. Unable to bear the pain, he moved out of the vessel spout and thus Bali gave the dana. That's all. You know what? Within no minute, what minute? Second. Within no second, the short draft Vamana grew in size so huge that it was impossible to describe in words, to be called as Trivikrama Rupa. Trivikrama Rupa. You can ask a funny question. Okay, when Vamana grew up, what happened to his dress? See, who's Vamana? Lord Vishnu. When he grew up, automatically all his belongings, dress, the deer skin, everything would have grown also, right? That is why all the goddess and goddesses gave him the gift. So, what happened now? Such a huge Trivikrama, Ulagalanda Perumal, Ulagam, that is world. So, with his first step, Vamana covered all the earth. His second step covered all the sky. He reached the sky and even he reached the Brahma, where Brahma lives in Brahmalokam. So, he reached there also. Brahma saw one leg with the mark of Sanku, Chakram and all came and he found out it was nobody other than Vishnu. So, he poured water from his Kamandala to the leg. That water became a river of Ganges and she slowly fell down on the earth. Then Lord Shiva, he took her in his head. So this is one story of Ganga. And we have another story of Ganges, how he came down to the earth. That I will tell you later. Now, what happened to the third step? Meanwhile, you know what happened? This Bali, he had a son called Namusi. He got so angry. He went and tightly held Trivikrama's leg and shouted, "You are cheating my father. You cannot become so big like that and take 3 steps. You again become that dwarf and take 3 steps." Then Lord Vishnu said, once grew up, cannot come back to the old position, right? Not possible. So, but Vishnu already promised Prahlada that he would not kill anybody in his dynasty. So, he took the boy in his hand and threw him to the other side of the earth. Now the trouble finished. Then, Vishnu asked, where to keep the third step? Actually, when Vishnu measured the whole earth with his first step, he covered Bali's head also. He covered Bali also. But Bali was thinking, Vishnu's leg did not touch my head. And he became so proud. Oh, Vishnu couldn't do anything to him. But what happened now? What happened now? Bali had to do something, right? So he gave his head. God, he pressed his head so well, and so Bali showed his head, and God Vishnu kept his leg on Bali's head and pressed him deep into the Patala Loka. No doubt, Bali was a good person except greedy for wealth, that too others' wealth. So God did not kill him, but he made him a king of a Patala Loka. Bali was happy with the richness of Patala Loka, but he wanted to come to visit the world once in a year. So every year on the day of Trivonam, he comes to visit the earth. The yajna was done in Narmada river, which is in North India. How come Bali comes to Kerala and the people of Kerala welcome him with flower decoration, and they call that as Trivonam? That is celebrated so well in Kerala. That is, this is called as action replay. Why? In the place, there is a place called Tirukatkarai. Even somewhere, you know what, even in Tamil Nadu, there is a place called Tirukovilur. In these places, some sage would ask the Lord, you took so small, you were too small, you measured the world, how I want to see that. When these people, they ask God, then God, he gets so pleased, and he again action replay. He does action replay. Like that, we have 4 temples in South India. One is Tirukatkarai, which is in Kerala. And then the other 3 temples are in Tamil Nadu. One is in Kanchipuram, Ulagalanda Perumal temple. The other is in Tirukovilur. You can see even Vamana as well as Trivikrama there in that Tirukovilur temple. And the third one is in Sirgali. That Sirgali Kali Srirama Vinnagaram, where the god is known as Thadalan. So here God Vishnu did not harm anybody. He just punished Bali and even blessed him that his presence to the earth once a year will be welcomed by the people and celebrated with such happiness. Why God did not punish him? Actually, Bali was a very good family. He was from a very good family. Which family? Prahlada's family. He possessed lots of good qualities, but a small bad quality made him to stay in Patal Loka, leaving his property on the earth. So here ends the Vamana Avatara. This shows that even if you have lots and lots of good quality, one bad quality will ruin our life. So, one more I have to tell you. Here we learnt that river Ganga came down from Brahma's Kamandala and stayed on Shiva's head. There is one more story how Ganga reached there and how King Bhagiratha put his effort to bring her and what was the need for it. I will tell you that story later, and then we'll have another avataram soon. See you. Have a good day.